Do you freeze when someone asks you a question in Spanish? ¿Quién la usó? ¿Dónde la preparó? If you hesitated, today we fix that. By the end of this lesson, you'll be asking who and where in the past tense like a native speaker. And we have a new summer song by Colombian artists Capo and Ryan Castro that will make one of those words completely unforgettable. Vamos. Before we dive in, let me show you how much Spanish you already do have. I'm going to flash a few verbs from previous lessons. Don't look anything up, just see what comes to you. Exageré. Continué. ¿Entró usted? If any of those clicked, you're thinking in Spanish. That is huge. And if this is your first time joining us, no worries. I'll link to previous lessons in the description below. Either way, you're ready for what comes next. So here's our plan for today. 2 question words, quién and dónde. A speaking challenge so you can practice using these words right away. Our song that will make dónde impossible to forget. And we'll wrap things up with a final activity that brings it all together. Because these are the end goals on this journey to learn Spanish, right? Vamos! Our first question word is quién. That means who. And here is your mnemonic. A cute little wise owl. Owls are always asking, who? It's literally their whole thing. That owl is the word quién. Say it with me. ¿Quién? Good. Now look how easy it is to use with the verbs that you already know. This is just a small fraction of the verbs you already know because they're easy cognates. Who entered? ¿Quién entró? Who prepared breakfast? ¿Quién preparó el desayuno? Who confirmed the reservation in the hotel? ¿Quién confirmó la reservación en el hotel? Now, our second word. This one has the song, ¿dónde? It means where. Here's your mnemonic for this one. A werewolf. He's howling at the moon, desperately searching, ¿dónde? And here's something to look forward to. Capo and Ryan Castro repeat ¿dónde? Right through the chorus of today's song. So by the time we get to the music, and we will get there, you're going to hear it and think, I know exactly what that means. I know how to use that. That's what music does for your brain. It creates a memory that stays. So let's practice first, and then we'll listen together. Here are a few tiny words that are in the dialogues. I want to make sure you understand them so you feel comfortable. Of course, we know the can be el or la. And to show possession, you'll see the word su. And that can be used to say your, his, her, or their. Maybe you've heard the expression, mi casa es su casa. So my house is your house. Here's our first dialogue. It's 2 people. They're talking about where you parked the car and what they did inside the bank. Let's read the dialogue together, and we'll be sure we stress those verbs because that's how we know that we're speaking in the past tense. So our first question, ¿dónde estacionó usted su auto? Estacioné mi auto enfrente del banco. ¿Entró usted en el banco? Sí, entré en el banco. ¿Depositó usted el dinero en el banco? Sí, deposité el dinero en el banco. ¿Con quién habló en el banco? Hablé con la empleada del banco. Easy peasy, right? You can pause this and repeat that again. You can play this again tomorrow, and the more you practice, the easier it will become. Our second dialogue is between 2 people, and they're discussing breakfast in the morning. Say this along with me, try your best, and we'll make sure we're stressing our verbs in the past tense. ¿Tomó usted desayuno esta mañana? Sí, tomé el desayuno esta mañana. ¿Dónde tomó el desayuno? Tomé el desayuno en mi casa. ¿Quién preparó el desayuno? Roberto preparó el desayuno. ¿Tomó usted café? No, no tomé café. Tomé té. Roberto tomó café. Muy, muy, muy bien. So we're going to listen to the song Donde by Capo and Ryan Castro first, and then you're going to apply what you've learned to the speaking challenge. You'll be amazed at how much easier it is to speak after you've heard the music. You might want to dance to this song. It comes from Colombia. It was released in the summer of 2025, so you'll easily hear it on radio stations today that play urban music. In the song, the fellows are wondering, where can they find the ideal woman? And of course, they're considering ladies from all around the world. Look at all the flags in the video. Remember, Spanish is part of a global community. So you can see our target vocabulary is underlined. There's our question word, donde. You'll hear it quite a few times in this little section. And he begins by asking, ¿Ay dónde encuentro una así, mami, dónde? So he's like, ay, where do I find one like that? Mommy, where? And then he describes her. He says, mala que con su belleza, bad with her beauty, se esconde que esté puesta para darle fallabonden. So with her beauty, she hides that she's ready to fallabonden, which is an urban slang. It's kind of a reggaeton term. It's funny, online it says a lot of people are looking this word up because they're like, what is fallabonden? So these are some of the definitions that came up. But note that it is not a real word. It is not in the dictionary according to the Real Academia Española. And they are the ruling body of authority for the Spanish language. But that's not going to stop us from dancing or singing it. So again, this ideal woman, she's bad, but with her beauty, she hides that she's ready to fallabonden, que esté puesta para darle fallabonden. So don't worry about some of this advanced grammar. Again, our target word is donde. And once you see them dancing, you'll understand the meaning. Okay, and then at the very end, he says, por favor, responde y dime dónde encuentro una así. ¿Dónde? So please respond and tell me, where do I find one like that? Where? So as you're watching them dance, you'll see donde, and then con su belleza, and then se esconde. It's reggaeton. Vamos.
Ay, ¿dónde encuentro una así, mami? ¿Dónde? Mala que con su belleza se esconde, que te puesta para darle falla, ¿dónde? Por favor, responde y dime dónde. Ay, ¿dónde encuentro una así, mami? ¿Dónde? Mala que con su belleza se esconde, que te puesta para darle falla, ¿dónde? Por favor, responde y dime dónde. Ay, ¿dónde encuentro una así, mami? ¿Dónde? Mala que con su belleza se esconde, que te puesta para darle falla, ¿dónde? Por favor, responde y dime dónde.
Did you catch it? Every time you heard that word, your brain was cementing donde into your memory. That's comprehensible input in action. And that's what Madrigal talked about when she was saying, don't just memorize words, but rather experience the language. Music connects us and it helps our brains remember. You can listen to the rest of the song on our Songs to Practice Spanish playlist, and we also have it on the Spotify playlist where the lyrics appear. If you're enjoying this lesson and you want to come back next Sunday, please hit the subscribe button now. The Spin and Speak Challenge is up next. Vamos. This is my favorite activity in Madrigal's curriculum, Spin and Speak. Here we spin the wheel and pick one item from each column, and with that we're asking authentic questions in Spanish. We're using our words quién and dónde, so you're putting together everything we've learned into one final challenge. So look at all these verbs. You know every single one of them. That is your Spanish brain at work. So now let's use some of these verbs and ask questions, okay? So we can say, ¿Dónde acumuló una fortuna? or ¿quién depositó el dinero? ¿Dónde inauguró el monumento? ¿Quién estudió la lección? ¿Dónde usó el vocabulario? ¿Quién terminó la cena? ¿Dónde preparó una ensalada? ¿Quién copió el vocabulario? You can also go to the Spinning Wheel website. The link is in the description below, and build more sentences and questions. On that one, there's practice incorporating that personal ah, like we learned in Chapter 5. For more practice, go through Chapter 8 in Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish. The link is down below in the description. In our next lesson, we're going to take these same question words and ask ¿Dónde está? Where is? And ¿Cómo está? How is? In the present tense. So if you've made it this far, you're ready for the next lesson. You won't want to miss it. You're doing a great job. The fact that you're here, you're showing up, you're thinking in Spanish, that matters. Be sure you're subscribed so you catch our next lesson. I post every Sunday. Yo me llamo Kelly. Thank you for joining us here at Tentáculo Clases y Cultura. Muchas gracias y nos vemos.